RV life means that we're going to have to get rid of a lot of our personal belongings, and we've already started the downsizing process.
But we're not getting rid of the air fryer, are we?
No, obviously we're keeping the things that are highly valuable and highly important to us. We already, as we travel right now, we bring the air fryer with us wherever we go. So that's definitely a non-negotiable.
Yeah, there's been many times it's just like fallen out of the side of the car when I go to unpack. Yeah. So yeah, it's got some dents in it. We might need a new one at some point.
Yeah, so we are really going to struggle downsizing our 4,400 square foot home into 390 square feet. We recently just went to go view one of the RVs that we're really interested in getting, and it really put into perspective just how small the space is. Like, the space feels big for what it is, but when you're downsizing from a house with 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and like all kinds of space, it's a whole other level of downsizing.
It's crazy. And so we started on a journey of minimalism a few years back. And I think it was really the catalyst that allowed us to practice living that way well in advance of actually downsizing. So, this is not something we adapted overnight.
No.
Like, it took a lot of practice, really intentional way of being, not, do I need this? Do I not need this?
Not so we did mindlessly shopping, which is what I was so guilty of doing.
Weren't you? She was very guilty of that.
Yeah.
Self-admitted. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. That's what we've been working on recently. So our house is for sale currently. And so while we're waiting for it to sell, we are going through all of our belongings, selling, donating, getting rid of so much stuff. Yeah. And even now at the point that we're at, even though we started the minimalism like a couple of years ago, that mindset of transitioning to that, we still have so much shit.
It's crazy.
Like, it's insane.
Like, I remember thinking, like, as we've been decluttering, I was like, if we were doing a great job, because we've been doing this for a couple of years, very intentional purchases only. We have not been buying new things really at all.
That's true. That part's true.
Yeah. And so, like, we've been doing this for several years at this point. And so we're going through the decluttering, and I'm like, oh my God, like, there's still so much crap. Like, it's unbelievable. So yeah, it's crazy to think that even after doing that, like, we've even heard stories with other people where they're like, listen, even whatever you have at this point, once you actually arrive at the RV and you're loading it in, like, just discard half of it at least. Yeah. Like, you're not going to be able to put things in certain areas. Like, it's just
I already know, because we've been packing stuff and setting aside stuff that we want to bring into the RV, like just some different things that I actually really want to bring with us. And we've already started packing it into a section in the garage. And I already know mentally in my head, after going to look at the RV that we really want to get, that
there's no way.
And I haven't even packed up my closet or the kitchen appliances, the air fryer, all the things. So
there's nothing. There's a section in our garage that we have all the, like, we're going to keep pile, and it's about 390 square feet of just that, and that's not even stuff that we use. So, like, this is just things we just couldn't let go of.
Right.
So yeah, I was looking at that this morning.
Send us some help. Leave us some comments below on what your tips are for downsizing and decluttering. Even if you're not planning on doing the RV life, like, what do you do in your own home when it's spring cleaning time, getting rid of different things? Like, how do you part ways?
We need help because there's lots left.
Yeah. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 4 things that we are absolutely not bringing with us, but we thought that we could bring some of this with us. And stay around till the end of the video, because number 4 is really going to surprise you of what we thought that we could bring into the RV.
Yeah, we thought we could do it, but I don't know.
Sadly mistaken and very naive, and there's no way in hell that's going to happen.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. We're going to go over the tips here with you. So stay tuned.
If you guys are into minimalism or downsizing, or how to prepare for full life RV living, like what we're trying to do right now, then you're going to want to subscribe to our channel, because we have lots of videos coming up. And we decided to start our YouTube channel before we actually got our RV, which we've struggled to find a lot of YouTubers and YouTube videos on the very start of the process. So we wanted to start ahead of time, because these are the videos that would have really helped us.
Really helped us. And so, we've been watching many people who have adopted this lifestyle and become fans of their channels. And as we're watching them,
amazing,
a lot of them started after they're in their RV, after they've already learned all these, like, pros, cons, whatever. And obviously we're going to do a lot of that too once we get in there. But we tried going back on their channels to like the very beginning, because we're like, oh, we want to know what it was like from a mindset perspective, like
we really just
decluttering, like
we just
all
really
of
want help
these,
for the stage that we're at right now, and it's just there's not a lot out there.
There's not a lot out there. So yeah, we're excited to take you guys on this journey, walking you through all the things that lead up to when we actually purchase the RV. Because remember, our house is for sale right now. It's not a matter of if we're going to get the RV. It's just simply a matter of when. So we're going to walk you through the whole process, decluttering, the mindset shift, the emotional, thing involved in getting rid of our house. Like that's tough for a lot of people, and how we're going to navigate like choosing the RV. We've narrowed it down to some that we like, but we don't know the exact one at this point. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I think it's so important to recognize that there is so much that goes into the mindset, the preparation, just the selling of the house, the going to the RV shows and the sales rooms, and, how to decide on which layout and which brand to choose for
it can be overwhelming.
A huge life decision. So that's why we want to start our channel early in the process, so that we can document the whole thing. And also so that we can a little bit selfishly have some footage of us in remembrance in our homes. Exactly. That is so beautiful. It was our dream home. We thought we were going to live here forever and ever and ever. And we're not. So it's really great to have this footage of us in our home.
Yeah. And one thing that Rebecca and I have been talking about over the last couple of weeks is that obviously when you're in a transitionary phase of life, it's, really easy to get caught up in the future version of where you want things to be, which takes you out of the present moment. And so what we've been trying to do, because obviously we don't know when our house could sell. It could sell in a few weeks. It could sell in a few months. Like we have no idea. So, if we're going to be living in an RV full time, 5, 10, 20 years from now, we're going to look back on like, hey, remember those last few months that we were in our house? Like, did we take the time to actually be grateful for it? Did we take the time to live in the moment, to enjoy the things that we're not going to have anymore, like a backyard and
all of the space that we'll have from each other?
Space from each other. He wants more space with me. So yeah, it's going to be a learning experience for sure. But I would encourage anybody who's on a journey like this, because we're learning as we're going too, that take the time to just allow things to play out how they're meant to play out, which is not easy.
No. All right. So the first thing that we really wanted to bring with us into the RV lifestyle that we are absolutely not able to do is seasonal decor, primarily Christmas, because we are huge Christmas lovers. Yeah. So I had so much Christmas decor, like we had 2 huge trees, Christmas trees. Like we had this one that was like, I don't know how many feet, like 14 feet 14 or something,
feet, something like that,
tall.
Yeah. Right in the foyer when you walked in the front door.
Just beautiful. I had a pink Christmas tree that I put in the living room. So many different ornaments and stockings and lights and trinkets, all of the things. Yeah. And so this is one category where I had to really be intentional, which was very, very hard for me because I love holidays and I love decorating. But the reality that we had to talk about and come to terms with is that if it's just a one-time holiday, like at that time of year, probably don't need to be storing it in our tiny little RV the whole year. Like, I think if we are I'm going to bring a small little box of my favorite ornaments. I really was intentional and narrowed it down, and a few different things that I love that are small and easy to store. And then if there's things we want to get, we'll just get it at Christmas time and then sell it on Marketplace and get rid of it, not store it all year.
Yeah. And so this is a great example of like with any category of life or sort of genre of your house as you're looking to declutter. Think about it in terms of like, all right, what is like the one or 2 things that are really important to you that are obviously not large?
Yeah, like no I can't bring my 14-foot Christmas tree in a little camper.
And just kind of focus on that because most people, they have like bins and bins of all kinds of crap in a storage room or a garage, or like we're not going to be able to put that anywhere. Like we have a little bit of storage underneath the RVs that we're looking at, that kind of thing.
But we are also we're not going to have a home base. We've decided not to. If we want to have one down the road because we feel like we need to at that point, then maybe we'll look into that. But we're not planning on having a home base because we would probably never be there, and B, not decide where it would be. Like, you know what I mean? I want to go everywhere. So how do I know where my home base should be? And also we're not going to be paying for a storage unit because I just think that's the biggest waste of money and time to just like have this storage space that you're paying for, like unless you actually need it, which I don't really know why you would need it. No. Maybe if you have family and friends' house, you could use their basement or something. But I just personally, I could not handle the thought of paying a monthly fee to store stuff that I like. No. There's a reason why I'm not bringing it with me. You know what I mean? So
exactly. And so that's part of what the minimalism that we've been working on over the years.
Yeah.
Like, paying for a storage unit, like, no. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
I would rather spend that money going on a vacation somewhere.
Anything literally.
Anything else.
So we're really practicing getting rid of all the junk. And yeah, so when it comes to the seasonal stuff, if maybe you're a Halloween person, you're an Easter person, you're a Thanksgiving person, whatever it is, like, you just got to figure out a way to only hold on to like 1 or 2 things per season and put it all in like one bin only, because that's what you're doing.
100%. And like I said, too, have the mentality of, when that season or holiday comes around, just maybe buy some things off Marketplace secondhand that are going to be cheap and inexpensive, and then sell it right after the season is over with, so that you can free up your space and make money off of what you just bought. You know what I mean? Like, just make it a good experience and make it make sense. But yeah, like, being a huge Christmas lover, that was actually really hard to do.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for her, but she'll get through it. You'll get through it.
Send me love and hopes in the comments below. Give me some encouragement.
Yeah, she needs encouragement.
I need some encouragement.
She's a big Christmas girl, so yeah.
I feel like this entire episode is geared towards me and what I thought that I could bring into this RV lifestyle, and not so much Chad, because
I'm just happy to be here.
All of these 4 points are highlighting my areas of weakness when it comes to downsizing and fitting things into our RV. So that brings me to point number 2, which is someday occasional clothing and closet items and things that you only wear seasonally, or like, how, again, with the seasons. I love Christmas. I have all the Christmas sweaters. I have, Halloween shirts, Halloween costumes. I have all of the things for all of the holidays. And so again, I have to really downsize and be intentional with my closet. Different shoes. Like, I wouldn't say I'm really like a shoe or a purse person. I'm just like, I like to shop.
I'm more of a shoe person than she is, because I'm a runner.
Running shoes.
But the thing with my shoes is they get worn out the more I run in them, and then I just got to get rid of them.
So you have to get rid and replace them.
Yeah. So
there's more purpose.
I'm practicing this. I'm already getting rid of them as they wear out.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that I have like a huge collection of shoes or a huge collection of purses or anything like that, but I do have a big closet of a little bit of everything. So I do have a lot of shoes, and I know a lot of them are not going to be practical for RV life and being outdoors. I mean, the ones
sparkly heels, I don't really, in the middle of the woods.
My favorite. Now I'm going to have to create content with sparkly boots in the middle of the woods. Stay tuned for that. No, but I wear those to concerts. So they're my concert going shoes. And I always complain.
I always complain at the end of the concert how much the feet hurt.
Yeah. I have a lot of dresses, different things like that you can wear to a wedding, if you're going to a wedding, or, if you're going to an event or something like that. These are items that you only wear. For guys, it would be like maybe suits, ties. Think of the type of lifestyle you're going to be living in an RV. You're going to be outdoors a lot. Think of the temperatures you're going to be in. Like, we're Canadian, so we have a lot of winter gear, which we're probably, hopefully, not going to have to use as much.
The goal is to not use really
anymore.
Any of it at any point. Okay, unless we're like visiting family, but typically that's going to be in the summertime in Canada anyway.
Ideally.
So unless we're going on some trip to Iceland or something,
which we will, because I love Iceland, but
we'll buy a sweater at that point.
Exactly. Like, you don't need to store it for like another year or 2 years or whatever. So the rule that we came to terms with was, if we did not use it within the last season, or we don't foresee ourselves using it in RV life because we want to be comfy, we're going to be hiking a lot, wearing a lot of yoga pants, jeans, hiking boots, be practical with what you're going to be doing in that lifestyle, because it's going to be a lot different than having a lot of dressy clothes or, glitter and sequins and all the fun things that I love to have in my closet. But practically, am I actually going to wear that? I already don't really wear it as much as it is, let alone when we transition into an RV outdoorsy lifestyle.
Exactly. And if you think about typical weekend, right? Or maybe some of you guys that work remotely, you usually wear the same clothes all the time.
I definitely do.
There's so many things that we have. I'm like, I don't even wear that ever. Right.
Yeah.
And even for me, let alone. And so it's crazy to think that, and when we're on the road in an RV, it's going to be even more of that. Like, you're not going to be wearing button-up shirts and fancy ties and for you dresses and all this. For that one-off situation, like, just keep an item or two and we'll survive. Will you survive?
I don't know. Do you think I'll survive? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm kind of having some second doubts now, second guessing, now that we're having this conversation publicly on YouTube. Point number 3 that we thought that we could bring into our RV, but really cannot, is decor items. So large picture frames. I'm talking throw pillows, big mirrors.
No more throw pillows.
Chad hates throw pillows.
Nobody likes to throw a pillow. They're not even comfortable to lie on.
I think that's why they call them throw pillows, because you throw them.
Exactly. So let's just literally throw them permanently, not temporarily. Who's with me?
We're definitely going to have a few throw pillows, 100%. I don't know. Are you with them? Let them know in the comments. Do we keep or throw pillows? I don't know. I want to keep a few at least. I think that they make a room feel cozy. But definitely not bringing any of the big art pictures that we have, any like big photo frames that we have. That's not going to work. That's just not going to fit at all. You know, big, like, I can't even, if you look
everybody through, like people always have, you know, you go into Home Sense, it's like you have the little trinkets in the States. It's what, Hobby Lobby. So yeah, like those trinkets, like just like I joked earlier. I don't know if it was at the previous video or not. The green elephant. There's a random green elephant. There's like a reindeer. You have like a silver reindeer. Are you bringing the reindeer? Silver
reindeer, and it's like.
Are you bringing the reindeer?
I'll insert footage of the reindeer.
Or did we sell it already?
It's I still have it. It's a huge reindeer.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Like we can't. There's no way.
Statue.
I'm not going to walk and trip over a reindeer every day in 390 square feet.
No,
this is crazy.
100%. So that's the third thing that we really had to declutter, downsize, and just get rid of. And finally, number 4, the one that we said in the beginning of this video that we thought for sure we were going to be bringing most of the stuff with us, that we actually really can't for a very specific reason why we can't. And this is something that we actually do use very often. And that is our at-home gym. So we have a beautiful at-home gym. It has a whole weight rack that goes up to 50
So during
pounds.
COVID, we canceled our gym membership like a lot of people did. And we created a home gym. We got an elliptical in there. We got an entire weight set, you know, yoga, all the stuff,
all the stuff, a huge TV, everything. So So we, in our head, was like, we want to get a toy hauler so that we can use that as part office space and transition it into at-home gym or whatever else we want to use the space for. And so we thought in our head, like, yeah, we can probably fit our gym equipment in there. And then we realized that when you are towing an RV, you actually have a weight limit. So adding physical weights to a weight limit is not a good idea. So we had to really revisit that idea. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to get like maybe a couple lighter weights or an exercise bike.
Just a tiny one, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm a big runner, so I don't really need to bring too much of that. I mean, I would have really wanted to bring the weights because I do like weight training as well. But my workout and gym is
the
I'm so excited
anyway.
about with RV living. I'm just going to hit the road and start running. Hopefully not get eaten by a bear.
If anybody is a runner here and they go camping and they're outdoors a lot or they're looking at doing the RV living, are you guys worried about being eaten alive by a bear? Like, should I carry bear spray, or is this something where they're more scared of me than I am of them? I don't know. Leave us a comment. Let me know if I should be scared of bears, of getting eaten, if I don't come back one day. I don't know. But anyway, we'll have to stay tuned on that. But yeah, when it comes to
even though you're a runner, I don't know if you'd be able to outrun a bear.
I can't run out of bear, unfortunately. If I can't qualify for Boston Marathon,
you're not quite there yet.
I'm probably not outrunning a bear.
No, not anytime soon, anyways.
So really what we had to think about was the weight limit in our RV, because you can't exceed a certain limit when you're pulling and towing an RV. So we want to get a fifth wheel, and there's certain weight restrictions with that. So, adding a whole rack of weights that goes up to like 50 pounds and an elliptical is just not feasible. It doesn't even make sense. So we're going to be doing a lot of outdoorsy stuff. We love to go hiking. We love to go paddle boarding. Chad loves to run outside. I would love to get a little Peloton exercise bike that we can keep in the toy hauler part. And, maybe a few light weights to do some online exercising with, but that's really it. And a yoga mat, because I love the yoga, and not heavy, just basic stuff. And we've watched a lot of other YouTubers who do their little gym setup. They set up a little mat outside and they use that space for it, but they don't have a whole at-home gym in their RV.
There's
usually.
No way. Exactly.
So we need for you guys to let us know that we're not alone in this. What are some things in your house that you think that you would want to bring into your RV with you, but doesn't make any logical sense to do so?
Yeah, what's it for you? It could be different for you than it is for us. We'd love to hear from it. We want to brainstorm together. So leave us a comment. Let us know what's going on. Yeah, we're excited to hear it.
The biggest thing that we've been learning during our time of having our house for sale, where we've had lots of time to think about what we're going to be doing with RV life, is that our material things are not going to be as prevalent as they have been in our regular home life as they're going to be in our RV life. And that's something that we've really had to come to terms with and accept, and really just focus on what that exchange offers you in terms of lifestyle, in terms of experiences, in terms of traveling and adventure. And so if you really think about the trade-off of that, I would rather have that. And that's why we're making this decision.
Yeah, absolutely. So for Rebecca and I, we've been huge for this pretty much our entire relationship. Even back in the day when we were hustling and grinding and building our successful business and eventually buying our dream home 7 years ago, we still always had experiences that were greater than the material things. And so we're super excited to just have so many more experiences, being out on the road, traveling, seeing new things. Like, these are the things that nobody on their deathbed says, I wish I would have bought more stuff in my life.
No.
I wish I would have had more things that I could just use.
Because keep in mind, when you are on your deathbed, or you are at that point of being, later in life where it's like you don't have much time left, your stuff is probably already gone by that point. If you're in a nursing home or you've downsized already into a condo or retirement home or something, you've already had to go through this process. And so you would have had to already, let go of all your material things and come to terms with how little they actually matter in your real life. So it's really important to recognize that even if you're not intentionally making the decision to do what we're doing and downsize and move into an RV, you're going to be faced with this eventually, to downsize your life at some point in time, and all of your belongings are going to belong to somebody else one day.
Exactly. And if you think about the last 10 years of your life, for example, you don't look back and go, oh, I bought some of the most incredible things over the last 10 years. You look back and you say, oh, I love when I had that weekend with my family away and we explored this area, or I love that vacation after a really stressful year at work and we had so much fun with the kids. Like, these are the things that you remember. You never remember the things. No. But for some weird reason, we think that we need all of these things to fill whatever void is going on. But it's the experience and the memories that you create together that are all that matters at the end of the day.
It's absolutely the most true. And if you guys think back, like he said I think that you'll come to the same realization that we have. Please be sure to subscribe, comment, and like this video, and we'll see you in our next one.